Aging is normal. It's a privilege. It is not a season of shame. No, it's not. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Rock Your Decade. My name's Loretta, and on this platform, I aim to be a source of inspiration and encouragement to Gen Xers in their fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth decade on how to level up and to navigate life as it is now, because believe you me, it is different. And so we've got questions we're asking them. We've got things that technology that we don't understand. There's so many things going on in and around health. And I thought, you know what, we need a place to be able to discuss all of this together. And so here we are. Today's topic, which we have mentioned, is aging. You know, I turned 60 about 2 months ago, and it really is a privilege considering that, I was in a coma about, 5 years ago. And so, yeah, but I see a lot on social media and around about, we're so old. Oh, you're so old. Oh, we don't want to be seen. We're not in the adverts all the time. People are, it's just a thing. And I thought I'd come on here and give us some encouragement because, yeah, we are taking up space in these streets. There's nothing for us to be ashamed about. Okay. And on this platform, aging, positivity around aging will be the norm. It's a thing. It will always be a vibe. When something has aged, right, in the world, we call it an antique. Yeah, we don't say it's old. Something that's old is something that needs to be thrown away. Something, I've got an old jumper, I'll chuck it. I can't even give it to charity. It's that old, But if the same jumper was kept by someone else over, maybe say 20 years, 15 years, it would be called vintage. It wouldn't be called old. You don't say old clothes. You see vintage clothes. You don't see antique painting. Sorry, you don't see old painting. You see an antique painting. So we are all around positivity here. And so, I've looked at what are the three things mainly that, or few of the things that make us, doubt ourselves and make us maybe feel a bit ashamed or hide our age. And I thought, yeah, I'm going to mention this. I'm going to come on and do this. And the first thing is about body shaming. I see a lot of that on social media. And unfortunately, it's done by women, usually women who are younger as well. They would look at someone who's in their 60s or someone who has said they're in their 70s, and they'll say, oh my God, you look so old. Well, that person is actually double your age and is also has lived the life that you haven't. And yeah, there are reasons why that person has aged, but that person is not old. That person is not someone to do away with. That person has got experience. That person has got stories, laughter. That person has got so much to give. And we're just allowing people on social media to say, oh, get that off. I can't bear to look at her wrinkles. I can't bear to look at her face anymore. Do they not have grandmothers? Do they not have nans? Do they not have people who they look up to? It makes me wonder. And therefore I think that we need to get into the age where we are here. We're taking up space. There's nothing to be ashamed of, and we are part of social media. I mean, I'm on social media right now, and I'm not going to be backed into a corner. And so I'm going to encourage you to get out there, live your best life. Okay. The next thing is also about well, I put the first two together actually because I spoke about social media and how social media doesn't present us in a good light, but also about body shaming as well, which I mentioned because people will say, "Oh, she's got, she's not only got wrinkles, she's got a stomach. She's not only got a stomach, she's stooped. She's not only got stomach, she's got flabby arms or something," and that's quite prevalent on social media amongst people. Uh, that are of a certain age. And no, it shouldn't be allowed. The trolls shouldn't be allowed. Excuse me, I got something here that's come on my face. Shouldn't be allowed to take space. But at the same time, we shouldn't be frightened of coming out and saying, yes, I'm 50 years old, I'm 60 years old, I'm in my seventh decade and I am living life, I'm enjoying it, I'm traveling. You know what, if you've got any questions concerning life, I can give you some of them. I can give you some of the answers. And so, yes, we're not here to shrink. Another thing that people shame people people in their older ages feel, let's say, more ashamed is because they feel they haven't achieved much. It is never too late to start again. Please don't be frightened of starting again. Don't be frightened of putting yourself out there, of trying something different. Life throws so many things at us, and could be illness, could be death of a partner, could be having to leave your house that you've lived in for so long, having to give that up. There's so many reasons why people are put in a situation where they have to change. But I'm saying to you, don't be afraid to change. There are charities, there are groups out there that can guide you in this phase of your life on how to help you manage your money, help you manage a new career. Just because you don't have a million in the bank doesn't mean that you haven't lived life, or doesn't mean that you should be afraid. I don't have a million in the bank, but yeah, I'm living my life. I'm not living the life of someone else. And therefore we shouldn't have said, oh, she's in her 60s and she doesn't have, she doesn't have this and she doesn't have that. They say that once you've earned your first 100,000, it doesn't really make any difference anyway. So billionaires are still trying to make more money. I think it's more about contentment, as in content in where you are, but still striving or still wanting to do better. There's nothing wrong in wanting more, in wanting to do more, in wanting to learn more, in wanting to achieve more. There's nothing wrong in that. But being content in that I'm where I am now, but you know what? I'm hoping to do better. And we all know that what happens to stagnant water, right? Stagnant water smells. But water that flows, doesn't matter how old it is, the rain cycle, the water cycle, doesn't matter how old that is, it's still fresh. And so, yes. And so we look at things. And what can we do to help ourselves age well? Okay, in all facets of our life. It's not just the things that people are picking on. And yes, let me just go right there and say, ladies, we need, and gents, to look after our skin. Smoking and the sun does age us prematurely. Let's be honest. So we should be using skin sun protection. But at the same time, if we can give up smoking, that will do us a world of good. And vaping is not, I've looked into vaping and that's not too good either. But if it's to help you get away from smoking for a moment, then yeah, maybe that's something that you might need to do. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I don't deal with respiratory issues. So, but yes, look after your skin, and looking after your skin at any age is doable. We know that retinol works for us. I started using retinol in my 50s, and that has done, so much good for my skin. Have a skincare routine, where you're using things like niacinamide, you're using peptides. To kind of looking after your skin, you're using a moisturizer that has SPF in it. You're caring for your skin. Let retinol be your bestie. Okay, so keep you looking glowy and healthy as you age. Okay. Another thing that we can do is in terms of colors, getting your colors done. As we age, certain colors do not do us any favors. For example, black. We think that black is the color for every single thing, every single moment. Well, there are some complexions that black begins to make them look ashy. So I would say get your colors done. And then you'll know. For example, I'm autumnal. Autumn colors look good or better on me than, should I say, things like colors like pastels. So know your colors, and that can help you. In terms of clothing, knowing what kind of clothing, we've all got a body shape, let's be honest. And there are things that we can accentuate more than others. And so getting to know your shape, getting to know your bra size, that would help us as well. So these are just a few tips. I hope you've found these useful. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to grow this channel and to have a space for, I'm in my 60s, I've just started, and I'd like a space where we can discuss health, travel, which I love, fashion, food, and faith. And so I'm asking you to subscribe, and let's build a tribe here. But in the meantime, if you've got any things to put down in the comments, please put them down and I'll respond. And make sure that as you go along your daily, don't forget to rock your decade. Outfit of the day. Bag is from Amazon. H&M. Top is from Mint Velvet. Trousers are from Sainsbury's. Shoes are from COS. Glasses are from And Other Stories. Thank you.